What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel where we talk about how to build credit, how to establish relationships with banks and financial institutions, and most importantly, how to get you access to high limit credit funding. If that's something you like to listen to, we welcome you to subscribe. Otherwise, you can support our channel if you just like, share, or even comment down below. It helps our content get out to a wider audience, and we greatly appreciate the support. As a reminder, don't forget to hit that notification bell to get the latest alerts on all the content and videos that we drop on the Credit Plug channel. If you haven't already, definitely go cop your Credit Plug merch. There's a link in the description, 10% off. So take advantage of that if you want to support our channel. Now, for today's video, I have a special review to do with you guys. I've done this in the past, but since we've had a lot of subscribers join on, I just wanted to do a revised version and just a recap. Now, this is one of my favorite topics, favorite types of financial products, and these are secured credit cards. And, despite having all different types of credit cards, rewards cards, platinum cards, gold cards, all that good stuff, secure cards just hold a special place with me just because secure cards allow you to establish a relationship where you otherwise wouldn't be able to establish that relationship. So it's kind of like, an institution leaving the door cracked open for you or leaving a window open for you to get in and then grow from within. So that's why I really do love secure credit cards. The underwriting is going to be a lot more generous than if you were going for unsecured. And another thing too, right? Having your money sit in a checking account versus putting that into an instrument where it's actually going to appreciate in value, right? So if you take your cash and put it into a credit product, for one, you still have that same nominal value of whatever the dollar amount is. So if you take 500 and you put it in the secure card, the limit is still 500. But the advantage that you get with a secure card is that it's a credit product. So it builds data, and that data has value. You also get to build an internal relationship with that institution and actually get an opportunity to prove yourself if you do have less than perfect credit, or even if you don't have, even if you already have good credit and you just want to establish a relationship to increase your odds of getting approved for credit with an institution that you don't have a prior relationship with. Secure cards are just overall going to be a great way. And then the way I look at it too, you take cash, you turn it into credit, you get the cash back, and then you get to keep the credit, and then you could potentially make money from that credit. So secure cards are definitely powerful tools, very, very unrelated. I know the idea of putting up your own money for whatever reason, a lot of people shy away from that, but you got to remember, it's still your money. It's just in the form of a piece of plastic. That's it. And that piece of plastic builds data that's going to unlock things for you later down the road, grow your relationship. So what I'm going to do for this video, I'm going to be going over specifically the secure credit cards that unsecure. So when they unsecure, that means after a certain time period, your deposit is returned back to you, but you get to keep the credit line and even possibly get a credit limit increase. Now, that's the best of both worlds, right? You are essentially doubling up in a sense, right? Even though it's credit, you're turning whatever amount of cash that you have into available credit, and you still have the cash. So it's like you're multiplying a little bit right there. So I'm gonna go over 15 secure credit cards that unsecure. So let's jump over and go down the list. All right, so to start off the list of secure credit cards that graduate, we have the Navy Federal and Rewards. Now, this is one of my favorite secure credit cards, actually, one of the first ones that I got that graduated. So, this card, I believe, can graduate in as little as 5 months. I actually, it took me about a year for mine to graduate, but I know some people have reported theirs graduating in less time. There's no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, no cash advance fees. You get 1x points for every dollar spent, and it's pretty straightforward. A minimum of $200 that you have to put down. So the thing with the Navy Federal in rewards, if you put down an amount for your deposit of less than 2,000, so let's say you put down 200, it's going to automatically unsecure to $2,000. Now, if you put an amount over 2,000, then it's just going to unsecure to whatever amount that you put down. So that's basically how it works with the N rewards. Of course, you have to be a member with Navy Federal in order to be able to apply for this, but this is a secure credit card that does graduate. Next, let's check out the Discover It. This is another one of the first ones that I was able to get during rebuild. So, one thing about the Discover It secure credit card, even though this is a secure credit card, it's not a starter card, meaning that you can still get denied for this secure credit card. That's one thing I want to just put out there. Um, it's not guaranteed. You can go through the pre-qualification, but you can actually still get denied for this particular card. Usually, they want to see a little bit of data, positive accounts on your report before you can get this. But this one unsecures like clockwork in about 7 months, at least from my experience. And they'll unsecure anywhere from, I believe, like 1,000 all the way up to like 2,500. And so this is another good one. It's going to be available to most people. And then they also have the cash back match. So in the first year, all the cash back that you accumulated, they will match that. So that's, this is by far probably one of the best. As you see here, unlimited cash back, 2% cash back up to $1,000 on gas stations and restaurants. It's a refundable deposit, of course, and you could also add authorized users to this secure credit card immediately. As soon as you open it up. So it's another great one. Next, we got the TD Cash Secure Credit Card. This was actually my favorite secure credit card just because it also earns 3% on dining, restaurants, 2% on gas, 1% on all others. This one, however, you have to apply in person. So there are going to be some geographic restrictions. So TD Bank, which is Toronto Dominion Bank, is a Canadian based bank, but they do have or at least on the East Coast of the United States, have a lot of branches. Not so much in like the West Coast and South, but all along the East Coast, they have TD banks. This is a great one. For me, this unsecured in exactly 8 months. So after the eighth billing statement was cut, it was unsecured. I got the deposit back and kept the credit limit. This one goes up to $5,000. That's the most you could put down. And the minimum, I believe, is $300. So another good one that unsecures. Next up, we have New York Community Bank. So here they have a secure credit card, as you can see here, from 300 all the way up to 5,000. And then see here, you may be able to get your deposit back automatically in as little as 11 months when you maintain a good payment history with us subject to credit approval. So this is another good one. And then down here, it says, plus qualify for a credit limit increase without an additional deposit in as little as 7 months when you use your card regularly and make on-time payments. So one other thing about this one, they pull Experian. New York Community Bank Secure Card does hard pull Experian, and approval is not guaranteed. So just keep that in mind as well. But this is another good one that graduates. Next up, we have Golden One. So Golden One has a platinum secured credit card, minimum 250 to 3,000, and this one unsecures in about a year. So this is another good secure credit card that unsecures. That's Golden One. So if you can get into there, then definitely check it out. Next up, we have First National Bank of Omaha. No, FNBO actually is also a credit card servicer. So they service a lot of credit cards with a lot of banks and credit unions. But they also offer their own secure credit card. And as you can see here, qualify for a credit limit increase without an additional deposit in as little as 7 months. And you may be able to get your deposit back automatically in as little as 11 months when you maintain a good payment history. They report to all three bureaus. So this is definitely one to check out. There's no annual fee. This one, however, is geo restricted, so double check to see if your state is one of the eligible ones. Next up, we have the Bank AmeriCard secured credit card. This is another good one that unsecures, helps you build credit. Limits from 300 up to 4,900. Now, I went over this before, right? It's kind of, when you look at this, it's like, why not just make it an even 5K, right? But you also got to remember that with certain limits, right, you might have like a Visa signature that starts at 5K. I believe this is a MasterCard, but they may also have a Visa version of this as well. So anyways, yeah, the max is 4,900. This also unsecures, I believe in as little as 6 months. But it's variable. It depends on what your credit score, what your credit profile is like at the time that your account goes under review. So again, this is one of those credit cards that approval is not guaranteed. They can still deny you for the credit card. So just keep that in mind with Bank of America or any large banks. Next up, we have American Savings Bank. This is another secure card that graduates in as little as 11 months. There's a $35 annual fee. They report to all three, and U.S. citizenship is not required, right? You just need a valid social security number or ITIN and a valid U.S. address. Now, an American Savings Bank is in Hawaii, so unfortunately, to apply for their secure card, you actually have to be in person. So if you ever have a trip out to Hawaii, you could definitely knock this out. You just have to physically be there, but it's not restricted based on your address or anything like that. You just have to be in branch. So that's American Savings Bank. Next up, we have the Shells Visa. So Shells is I guess you could kind of say they're like a, sporting good type of store. So they offer two different credit cards. So this isn't just a store card. You could use it at the store, but it's a regular Visa card. So the minimum deposit is 550 up to 5,000. No annual fee. You earn 3 points for every dollar you spend, 1 point everywhere else. You also get a $25 Shells gift card automatically when you reach 2,500 points, or after you hit 2,500 points. And then here, as you see, graduate to an unsecured Shells Visa in as little as 11 months if you qualify. So remember, you still have to qualify. They also have this 0% intro APR for 6 months, only on things you spend at Shells. So this is another good one. And again, approval is not guaranteed for this particular one, but it does unsecure. Next up, we're going to be going over Apple Federal Credit Union. I think I've covered this particular credit card previously, but Apple Federal Credit Union, their secure card does graduate. However, it is another hard pull. So they will hard pull you again to see if they can convert you to an unsecured. But the thing is, you get to keep the credit history and also get a credit limit increase. So that's one of the good things. But unfortunately, the additional hard pull is one of the drawbacks with this particular secure card. But you do get to maintain the history. So it's not like you have to close it out and reopen a new card. You actually do get to keep the account history. So that's a good thing. All right. So next up, we have the U.S. Bank secured credit card. Now, with U.S. Bank, there is no specific timeline on when your secure card actually does unsecure. It's based on when they do their review and what your credit profile looks like, if they can qualify you for an unsecured card. But this is another great secure card that graduates minimum amount of 300 all the way up to 5,000, and this is going to be basically available to anyone in the country. So definitely check that out. Next up, we have TCF Bank Secure Credit Card. Again, limits from 300 to 5,000 in as little as 11 months. As you can see here, you may qualify for an unsecured card and have your deposit automatically refunded to you. This one does come with a $35 annual fee, but if you're able to unsecure and get your money back, that's $35 well invested. So that's TCF Bank. Next up, we have Key Bank secured credit card. So Key Bank is a mid-sized bank, and I just want to show you. So here again, 300 all the way up to 5,000. You get to save while you build your credit with a Key Active Saver account. And again, too, right here it says, we'll review your account twice each year to determine if you meet the criteria to graduate to an unsecured credit card. So this is another great secure credit card that graduates. Next up, we have IBC Bank. IBC Bank Shares Corp is based out of Texas, but they do have a lot of different credit products that they offer, both in the United States as well as internationally. But here, their secure credit card, as you can see, 300 up to 5,000, and you may be able to get your deposit in as little as 11 months when you maintain a good payment history and qualify for additional credit limit increases without a deposit as early as 7 months. So this is another great gem. And then last on the list, and I covered this one recently, this is the State Department Federal Credit Union, pretty much open to anyone. And their secure credit card, as you can see, it earns 1 point for every dollar, and use it responsibly. You will be automatically graduated to a platinum rewards credit card. So overall, we just went through 15 secured credit cards that graduate. Just to do a recap, let's just recap really quickly. We got Navy Federal N Rewards, Discover It Secured, TD Bank Cash Secured. We have New York Community Bank, Golden One. We have First National Bank of Omaha, Bank of America. We have American Savings Banks. We have the Shells Visa. We have Apple Federal Credit Union. We have U.S. Bank. We have TCF Bank. We have Key Bank. We have IBC Bank. And we have State Department Federal Credit Union. That's 15 secure credit cards that graduate. So these are all great tools. I'm going to post links in the description for you to go check them out. And until next time, y'all take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.